Alright guys, so welcome everyone. We are live with the Mango Cup tournament, which we have the opportunity to cover in the past. Now they have the new season, and this season is actually very special because we have another tournament which is sided of the Road Riders and banning them. So no Road Riders are allowed, and we are covering NAVI versus Destroyers eSport here. So let's go. pCastro opening here for NAVI and coming in here with the Lalo. So actually immediately starting with the Blimp and of course the huge group of the loons when we are using the Warden ability. You open the wall for the Queen. We will be using the Frozen Arrow. Loons are taking down the Town Hall, and actually we also have the Yetis, which are clearing a bunch of good defenses like the Inferno and the multi-archer tower. The king was kind of slowed down by the ice golems, but I think so he already got the value of the king which he was looking for. Jesus, he's like not wasting any time here. Like Royal Champion a little bit unlucky because she ran into the tornado trap while we had haste, so that's kind of slow her down, but it's still insane fast freestyle like this. I keep saying I don't have feeling this kind of matches where the Road Riders are banned is about the time. I don't think so we saw actually the match decided by the time when the Road Riders were banned. Always there was some defense, but geez, pCastro did really well there because it was so strong attack, it was no Road Riders, and it was triple in 1 minute and 7 seconds. Whoopee. Alright, we have Glenn opening here for the Destroyers eSport, and we'll be using the Super Dragon. So we use 2 lighting spells to clear one of the sweepers, and now we are starting with the Queen charge. We are using the Frozen Arrow on the Queen. Very simple, he just took down the air defense, set up the funnel, and now he recall her and bring her back at 3 o'clock. Really good point with the Coco Loons, finding 2 seeking air mines, nicely done. And now he will be just a little bit patient here for the Queen to take down the second air defense before he gonna start with these Super Dragons. Bunch of loons just in case if there are any traps, and we are going with the first raid spell there. King staying outside of the base, so he will be clearing a bunch of buildings there. We're also pulling the CC troops, so looks like we are going against the Super Dragon. Most of the Super Dragons went for the enemy Super Dragon. Blim landing over the Town Hall. We are using the Rage and the Yetis. Let's see if we can get any value with the Yeti mines. They are doing some damage, but all these defenses around are still up. He's using the freeze inside the core of the base, that's giving him the Eagle. Now 1 dragon flying into the multi, so that's good job. Now we are freezing the single Inferno here, but as you can see there is the enemy king, which will be distracting the troops. RC is already in, there is enemy Royal Champion nearby. Queen not really can help much because she's stuck on the walls. Alright, Royal Champion fighting with the enemy RC, using the RC ability, so we have haste and the Hoggies moving through the base very quickly. The Queen is switching from one wall to the second wall, not surprised, as the troops are clearing all the buildings, she's aiming for... Look at the Queen. She's just like, okay guys, let me catch up, you know, but no, they're just too fast. And now this is gonna be actually close here because he still needs the Queen, I believe so. That 1 Super Dragon, oh maybe no, the Tesla's not really doing that much damage. Queen is now reaching the last Tesla. Now we are able to take down the Wizard Tower, popping the Queen ability, but of course there is the Tornado Trap, which is slowing down this attack, but still, Glenn will be able to hit the 3-star and Destroyers eSport as well. Open here with the triple, so nicely done by him. Typical Queen moment. Like, you cannot really blame her because, you know, as she was aiming for the buildings inside the core of the base, and as the RC and the dragons cleared them, you know, she had to switch the target, and for her, she had to go through the different walls, so... Alright, we have Gaku coming with the E-Dragons, sending the group of the rocket balloons to clearing one of the air defense, and we are using the healer puppet on the Queen. Alright, Beam landing over the Town Hall. So Town Hall being clear. Most of the E-Dragons kind of chilling on the 9 o'clock side. Now they got pulled by the enemy hero, so that's kind of better. We still have Monolith up. He has the Skelly spell, so he will be trying to reset the Mono probably by the priest. No, he didn't need to. Monolith actually decided to go for the Skelly, so now the dragons being protected, but they are being slowed down by the tornado trap. Oh, Ripperoni for the warden. Monolith sniping the poor warden. Now Phoenix bringing the warden back for few more seconds. See, already clearing one of these infernos. We are using Haze and the Hawk abilities on the Royal Champion. He has only one freeze left, but he still has two heroes abilities. That is honestly not that many defenses. He's using the Hoggies. They are finding some of the spring traps, so we have few flying Hogs, but as you can see, he still have two E-Dragons alive. Asi with the Haze on her own is actually very, very strong here, and Gaku will be hitting the second 3-star for NAVI, so great job by him. See, every attack so far, different strategy. We still have 7 attacks to go. So NAVI with the second 3-star, thanks to Gaku. And we're coming in here with the Zap Lalo. Alright, so zapping the core of the base, we get rid of the poison spell tower there. And now starting with the hero dive. So we are using the king and the queen from 6 o'clock corner. Alright, Headhunter did the work. Suddenly the Dice Golem kind of hiding behind the king, so not really getting that much value, and the second Dice Golem hitting the early spring trap there. Like the king is now stuck on the wall. Now he's doing the splash damage thanks to the giant gauntlet, but not for the long time. Queen is now chasing the enemy king. Ice Golem perfectly freezing everything, but he will still need to freeze one more time for sure, because the Invisible Tower is still there. Phoenix still helping the queen, fighting against the enemy king. X-Bow is able to reach the queen here. There we go. There is that freeze. That's freeze especially for that Invisible Tower, but also now protecting the queen from the Monolith. Queen with the 3 healers trying to survive. There is Cranix Bow. There is Mono. Mono right now taking down all these healers. Loons coming in here. 2 Headhunters aiming for the enemy Royal Champion. Warden ability even protecting them. Sadly, the queen wasn't able to finish the Monolith. RC with the abilities moving through the bottom side of the base, triggering a lot of giant bombs, so already losing a big group of the Hoggies, and also her own health doesn't look good. Warden on his own decided to fight against the Monolith. He probably can win it. Okay, he did. But all his loons are dying around the multis and the Tesla farm. And this one will be hold. And this is what I was saying. We don't have to be worried about the time. It's always happened that it's minimum one of the defenses. So very good try, but NAVI taking the early lead here after 2 attacks. As you can see, Destroyers Esport will be hitting a decent percent, but 2-star here. Alright, Electro Owl hitting, I don't know if it's gonna be enough. I don't think so it's gonna be enough for the multi, so I think so it's finishing probably 92. Yeah, I think the wizard with the archer can be fast enough for the storage, so it will be 92%. Good try. Multis are a nightmare for Lalo. Yes, they are. Sujon, hello, welcome. Alright, we have Dima. Dima is live with the E-Dragon, so after 2 attacks, we have NAVI with the early lead here. He's trying to get chain value with the E-Dragon from 6 o'clock, but sadly the E-Dragon is not really in the range there. Like you can see there is like 2 X-Bow and Eagle, so he's deploying the another E-Dragon and actually using the another 8 spell here. So now he's getting a little bit of the value, but I think so what he was aiming for is like kind of chain through that Eagle. Still didn't take down the multi-inferno and anything else, so that one is actually, I would say, quite expensive start. Sadly, it didn't work how he planned. Let's see how this attack will continue. Right now he has Queen at the 12 o'clock. The Flamebringer will break pretty soon, but it should be enough to clear the scattershot, and also setting up the funnel for his E-Dragon. So far only one E-Dragon is near to the Town Hall, but looks like now more E-Dragons will be joining. Warden ability protecting them beautiful here. Even deploying the King, which is fighting against the enemy Queen. With the frozen arrow on the Queen, she is able to survive the fight against the X-Bow. But sadly we are pulling the CC troops. We have to go against the rocket balloons, and what else? There was something else as well. Alright, one E-Dragon taking down the Clan Castle building. We still have few E-Dragons alive. Unicorn still trying the best. Axe is still holding on the abilities. Alright, even the super minions from the Flamebringer helping, and Dima still get this done here. And actually quite fast triple as well, so nice job Navi with the third triple here. Weird freeze. Yeah, something didn't really work for him. It would be kind of cool to see that start, you know. I think so he was like kind of trying to get a chain value, especially because there was like 2 ground X-bows. He probably would be able to snipe also the spell towers. Like, yeah. Going against pCastro. Alright, we are starting with the Queen from 12 o'clock, so we are using the frozen arrow. As well, we are Queen charging there. Flamebringer being deployed too. Right now the Mortal is nicely distracted by the Queen, so the Flamebringer is safe. We are checking with the Cocoloons. Queen going against the enemy Queen with the frozen arrow. Again, easy to handle it. Oh yo yo, his super wall breaker got sniped by the enemy Warden. I'm sure he wanted to open the wall for the King here. You always have to be careful. I kind of learned this in you know, I learned it like this. When I send my wall breakers and the Warden keeps sniping them, but many things are going wrong for him. Especially the air defense, being able to reach his healers, he actually had to use a bunch of spells. Looks like one of the Ice Golem now coming back. Finally the air defense being clear, but you can see the healers even pulling the sticking air mines. King with the giant gauntlet, smashing the eagle. Flamebringer is now moving for the single inferno. There was something weird on my screen. I don't know what was it. Alright, Royal Champion is in. Again, we have Haste and the Hawks ability on her. Queen reaching the Town Hall. And now we are starting with the Lalo. So Queen with the jump still can actually get good value, but he has to invest few spells on her because there is still a monolith behind the buildings. This is actually very scary corner because there is multi-inferno with the Tesla farm. Queen taking out the monolith, triggering the tornado trap, and now getting closer to scattershot. Big group of the loons should be start moving towards the multi-inferno. Good job with the spells here, haste and the freeze, and there's like a bunch of Teslas which we are able to handle, and Destroyers Esport will be hitting second 3-star for them. Good job, good job. Yeah, next time I think Apros would use Screen Charge Lalo if time was not issue. Yeah, I think that too. Like, I really think if the meta is not about time, I think they will be using the different strategy. Even if you are saying that using the Root Riders is kind of safer option, many of the players fell in love with the game because of current strategy they love to use. So, you know, they will probably go back to the strategies they enjoy and which can dominate, like Stars. Like, you can see Stars is a Lalo attacker, you know, that's kind of his signature. So maybe that's gonna be like, would be with the other players as well. Alright, that queen was sadly chasing the enemy king, but now she's back on the Inferno. With the healer puppet, still trying to keep the queen alive, but looks like we have to use the free spell to be able to take down the town hall. It's starting with the Lalo from the north side. This is actually interesting base, kind of making the putting much easier, because I like how he used the heroes, like the queen kind of cleared the middle compartment, especially there was also town hall, and now we have kind of L shape here. Deploying bunch of moons from the bottom side where we find the Teslas and the Slammer joining as well. Time is looking good. Monolith surviving in the middle compartment, but the Slammer is almost on the way there. We still have Royal Champion with the Hoggies and the Fox, so the Monolith is no issue, and stars will be hitting OP3 star. That means NAVI will be aiming for the perfect war in this match. So good job by stars. Yeah, still plenty of troops. Sorry is in with the Zablalo. We actually bring in the Golem here for the heroes. Alright, so he took care of one of the raid spell towers, but also he took down the X-bow, so that way the Flame Flinger will be moving this way and will be kind of safe. Alright, Golem is already nicely tanking the X-bow. King right behind. We're also even deploying the Ice Golem. Let's quickly check what abilities we will be using. So we have Healer Puppet on the Queen and Haste and the Hawk levels for the Royal Champion. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Alright, Headhunters already fight against the enemy RC. Now there is still enemy King alive. His Queen is still staying outside of the base. Giant Gauntlet activated, so Town Hall shouldn't be issue. And looks like that King is pulling the CC, so we have 2, 3 Ice Golems coming out. Flameflinger is now clearing, how I say, nicely the 12 o'clock side, so good value of the Flameflinger. Right now the Royal Champion moving around. I hope so she gonna stay away from the CC troops. But there is still Ekbo, which is doing quite a lot of damage to poor RC, and she going here with very early ability, Spring Trap at the start, already losing quite a lot of hogs, and I don't feel, really doesn't feel like the Royal Champion get much value, so that's still gonna be quite big part of the base, which needs to be cleared by the loons. Warden ability protecting the group of the loons on the bottom side. The Unicorn still trying the best, but now the Queen will be in the range of the X-Bow, and also the Monolith, so she will die pretty quickly, and I don't know if we're gonna have enough loans to clear this. We still bunch of Wizard Towers, of course the air defense, where we have the actually Super Hoggies, which came out from the Flame Flinger, so they were able to clear one of the air defense. Now we are using the freeze over the Monolith. We are able to finish this. Okay, my bad. I actually thought that he's a little bit in the trouble there, but looks like he was able to still have it under control, and sorry, got it done. And we have Destroyers with the 3-star here, so actually the final attack will be deciding everything. Regal, thank you very much for 37 months on YouTube. Wow. And he coming in here with the Lalo. I knew that he has Fireball. The moment I saw these spells, I knew that it's something sus. He going with the trick here. He will be making some of the buildings invisible, so he gonna get push the warden like kind of little bit deeper in the base. I just don't know which side he will be attacking. Alright, looks like he will go for this side here. Alright, I'm gonna just kind of leave zoom out, but my focus is on the warden, and boom! With the earthquake spell, able to finish all these buildings, and look at the multitasking. He deployed the arts, he deployed the king, he deployed the queen here. Like that base being attacked from every side here. And now he's sending the Blim here. We don't have warden to protect the Blim, but he was very careful. He sent out the lava, and of course the group of the loons. Arts immediately using the abilities here, so we can see the Hoggies. Now the arts is gonna be stuck on these ice golems, but doesn't matter. This base is crushed. Klaus with the OP attack. Like he starts so fast. Maybe now we're gonna slow down a little bit because he still have to fight the ice golem and there are a bunch of storages, but this one was OP. The moment I saw the spells, I knew something started happening and he's doing the fireball trick, and OP hit by Klaus here. Very nicely done by him. This was amazing war to watch. 15 stars for NAVI. That means they will be advancing to the next round of the tournament and they will go against Jesse.
That's more than 3 years ago now.
Rego, thank you very much for donation over on YouTube. I know, right? Like it feels like the time is flying so fast. Like incredible. Like 3 years ago, Suzie didn't even think like I would have, I don't know, it's like evening time, not usually time Suzie streaming, and I have like 500 people on YouTube watching, you know? That's like, I never ever think that would happen. But yeah, 67-second to restart there. Actually, same speed like pCastro there, but that was hit with the fireball, so it needed a little bit like setup for the warden. OP attack to watch. We have Sevenfold going with the rocket balloons. Okay, 16 of the rocket balloons. This base, I always gonna remember this base, guys. I remember much. NAVI versus Synchronic. Synchronic needed to have, of course, hitting the fast triples if they wanted to rest at the bracket and everything. This base, when I saw, I already knew it's gonna be slowing down the Root Rider attack. Yeah, this is a base I would never ever want to attack. Whoa! Fireball! Quick though! Let's go! Oh, thank you very much for this hit, guys. This is actually fun. I didn't even notice his spells. That was cool. We had second attack with the fireball here. And nicely done. Not just clearing all these defenses, which were a really cool value, but also Warden Walk was able to finish the multi-inferno. The Warden is still full HP and keep moving. Flameflinger is still targeting that one of the Infernos. Looks like we are using bunch of rocket balloons at the 12 o'clock here. How I say, his main army is all about rocket balloons, so he'll be trying to snap all these defenses and hoping the heroes can go a little bit deeper in the base and grab these buildings. Bunch of super wall breakers opening the first layers of the wall. We are kind of stuck on the enemy heroes. He also using the golem there. Look at the warden wall, like not just finishing one of the infernos, but the warden actually even took down the second inferno there. So a really nice value of the warden wall. We still have royal champion and actually still have plenty of spells. He's using the jump for the queen, so the queen, if she gonna make it, she can take down the monolith. It feels like he wants to swag the RC, so he's aiming to swag the RC. Some of the skill is slowing down this queen now with the healer puppet. Is that frozen arrow? It is slowing down the monolith. RC is in. Even the CC shoots from the Flameflinger. Bunch of spells. This one was pretty cool hit. Wow. Really nicely done by Seven there. That one was such an awesome attack to watch. What a way to finish the war here. GG to Destroyers Esport. Solid, that was one defense, so they are finishing this match with the 14 stars. And NAVI, congratulations to them. They are taking the W here, 15-14. I really like this war. Like 2 attacks with the fireball. That was such a cool, really nicely done.